Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I am Joe Finley.
I'm Todd T with the Sailor Berry.
And we abandoned the audio only thing really quick. In fact, actually, some of the audio only ones will come out after this comes out just because they're the movies and stuff like that. So you'll hear us talk about that and go, yeah, we should go back to video. Well, we already did, so whatever.
I think we should go over top of them and then just make sound effects ourselves to the movie.
I don't
probably super.
I don't mind so
illegal?
much. Yeah,
Maybe?
no, we can't. Yeah, we can't show the movie. I was actually thinking because I was like, I think you can get away with that shit on TikTok. And I was like, so if we get a streaming key for TikTok,
You can get away with anything on TikTok.
You literally can. You literally can. I murdered my first and second wife on it.
They loved it. The
Totally
ratings through the roof.
Totally fine with it. Lots to discuss. Not a lot of like pop culture news. Just because with the WGA stuff and the SAG stuff, there's nothing going on.
The old SAG. Well, they're sagging tonight, buddy.
You had said you had some boat stories.
Oh, yeah. Wait a second. I want to talk about Barbenheimer first.
Oh, let's talk about Barbenheimer. So you saw Barbie.
Okay, I saw Barbie. I thought it was absolutely terrific.
Yeah.
I think it is like the smartest movie I've seen in so long. The ending was a little bit whatever.
Mm-hmm. There was a crystal
I said
skull.
like I was the only person laughing in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Like the movie starts out with a 2001 spoof.
Yes.
And
I saw
I'm
that in
like,
the trailer.
no women in this movie. Nobody. I mean, there's a few people that were laughing, but I think they were laughing because they were in close proximity to me.
Yeah.
And they were,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you right now, there's only like, the movie is for our age.
Yeah.
And it was a sea of women in pink. Yeah. And then me and my buddy Julian.
I like that.
And we're just sitting there. I'm just like, is this the right movie? Did we go, what the hell? Like,
it's been a lot of funny social media kind of meme things where the guy's sitting there. He's like, what are you going to see? And the guy's dressed in all pink. And he's like, Oppenheimer. I'm going to see Oppenheimer. Yeah. Like, you look like you're going to see Barbie. And then he's like, what about you? And he's in all pink. He's like, I'm also going to see Oppenheimer. It's like, we should go.
I do not understand. Okay, I do. Because I didn't even think of it. My buddy Julian said, I was like, who the shit wants to go see Barbie and then Oppenheimer? Or a vice versa? Why would you do... I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
They're saying Oppenheimer is a great movie. I don't give a shit. Oppenheimer is going to be 3 hours, half is black and white. It's going to be the most boring fucking movie you've ever seen. And everybody that thinks they're a movie lover, right, just like The Dark Knight, they're going to be like, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
And I will tell you right now, I will watch the movie.
Yeah.
And I will say if it's good, but I'm already going in super negative, so I'm pretty sure that like it's not gonna happen. Like
that is a very problematic thing, right? And it's just like I have to cleanse my. Well, it was even when I watched the DC ones and stuff like that, and it's like I always go in with such a negative, and I'm like I have to cleanse myself of the negativity. Right. I was like I cannot be at all impartial about this if I do not cleanse myself of the negativity. So you had seen that. You were talking about the whole Barbenheimer thing of it all.
Okay, so I was like, why are the studios even doing this? Why are they saying go see both?
Yeah.
And it's because Warner Brothers wants Christopher Nolan back.
Oh yeah, of course they do.
They want him back, and now they're like, "Hey, we'll give you the rub. We'll give you the rub."
It's a few reasons,
but also they're trying to save the movies, because apparently every year they're going to go down.
That's the most important thing. Well, it's because they have these really large dips to the point now where it's like some movie studios I've already basically said we're only doing IP from now on. Is like I'm only going to do something that I know for sure is going to be popular. I'm not going to take a risk on anything because we can't afford for them. Because even movies that are IP, that are big things, they're bombing sometimes. And then it's like, oh.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Don't make every movie $300 million.
That is the entire
Boom,
goddamn
right
answer
there.
to the whole thing.
Why don't we have some fucking, like Rob Reiner movies that come out where people just talk? Why does every movie have to be like CG dinosaurs and shit?
I know.
What the fuck? Like make an action movie for $100 million.
Oh, there's no...
Like the fuck, like...
There's no reason on earth... Actually, speaking of which, too, there's a very small chance I might get to interview Louis Leterrier about Fast X.
No.
Yeah.
What?
I just found out about it today, actually.
No way!
Yeah, my sister reached out to me, and she's like, yeah, he's there. They want him to do some interviews. I think it's ahead of the video release.
Yo, could you please for me?
Whatever.
Call
no,
him.
I'm gonna say right now, whatever you say, the answer is no. There's no goddamn chance I'm gonna risk it.
Oh my god! I was gonna say, could you please call him Louisa the Terrier?
Oh yeah, no, I'll do that.
No problem. No, hey Louisa the Terrier, how's your movie career going? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You seen Indiana Jones? Right on.
How many? Yeah. I've been enjoying but yeah, it's like you said with the Barbenheimer thing. So
Like,
the success of both movies, and this is the genius of the, because right when they announced, they just so happened they got announced that they were coming out on the same day. This was like 8 months ago. And then everybody took off as some kind of weird meme. Nobody this was not the plan of because sometimes you could go, oh, the studio planned this. I was like, there's no way that they thought people were going to make so many goddamn jokes about this as they did. And they did that. And then they were smart. They were like, we're going to shut our mouths. We're going to step back and we're just going to let this happen for 8 months. And then we're going to put out our movies.
Yeah.
And then, so as those movies both did massive numbers, like Barbie did disgusting numbers.
Good. And it deserved it. It was awesome. Awesome movie.
And it's just at the speed that it's going, it'll probably near $1 billion. And then
she had promised the studio that it would make that much to get it made.
Good.
Oh, yeah, Will Ferrell's so amazing in it. Like, oh my God.
It's funny because I didn't know Will Ferrell was in it until I saw the last trailer, and I was like, oh shit. And because it's like everybody is just like, oh, fucking
Ryan Reynolds absolutely steals the movie though. He is amazing.
That's great. I can't wait to see another Canadian too.
Yep.
We're talking about that. So many Canadians in Barbie. You got Ryan Gosling, Simu Liu. I don't know why I overpronounced his name. There's Simu. But Michael Cera.
Oh, Michael Cera's Canadian.
Michael Cera's
Canadian.
Yeah.
Yes. I was thinking, I forgot he was. Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Are you thinking Jay Baruchel?
No, I'm not.
They're kind of like the same guy.
No, Michael Cera's Canadian.
So is Jay Baruchel.
So yeah, that's also true. It's not just like
either one doesn't cross the other out. It doesn't. Right. Yeah.
It's never happened. So yeah. So like that was really cool. But yeah, they sat back and let the meme happen. And so these two movies are making fortunes off the meme. And then they did the smartest political thing, which was talking the other one up. They're like, this is good for the movies. That there are two competing things that are very different. And it's not like you don't have to, and they just were like, hey, you don't have to see one or the other. And it was Cillian Murphy was one of the first guys. He's like, I'm going to see Barbie. He's like, you should go see my movie. He's like, go see Barbie too. Like,
I wonder if this is now the beginning of a new era of double marketing. But I mean, pretty much like social media does it for you. Barbenheimer just took off. It wasn't like, and then the actors themselves in interviews. I never saw a movie preview of Barbie or Oppenheimer that said, go see Barbie. No. Like at the end of Oppenheimer when it's super deep in the music and you're whoa.
Like this specific thing was very much lightning in a bottle. Like I don't think that I could see dumb marketers try to recreate it and it not going well. I can see somebody trying to capitalize on it in a way that it just didn't work. It's like, I don't give a shit about this.
I found the amount of women too at Barbie was alarming.
Yeah.
There was literally, like I said, it was like me and my buddy, a couple dudes. It was all women. So the Barbie movie has definitely captured the female audience's attention. Like they're all going.
Yeah.
Their mothers are all taking their daughters to see this movie.
They feel seen.
Yeah. I don't know why they feel like this is, but good for the movies. Good for the movies and good for them. I see maybe they could now try again to make another movie that would capture, a large audience like the female without it being like, like four old women on an adventure to bang Tom Brady.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that might be the best movie that was ever been made.
There's like a couple that would come out every now and then.
Yeah.
There was always there's four old broads and then they make the, the old dog.
Well, and what's worse is it's based on a true story too. So I'm just like,
he's like, I remember when those four old women came back and all of us, we fucked the shit out of them.
Get out of my way, Brazilian supermodel wife Gisele Bundchen.
Oh no, she was cool with it.
Oh yeah.
Because it showed that he is a man of substance. She didn't have to look like her. It was this old lady. He fucked her. He was like, I'm a better person than you.
No, you know what it is? You know how couples have their lists? Like these are the 5
he's
people.
Like some old 80-year-old.
She had it's gonna
Sally
be
Field.
Yeah, it's gonna be Chris. And she's like, I'm gonna have all the Chris's, like Hemsworth and like all these guys. Those are my guys. He's like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, what are yours? And he's like, and he names one hot one, and then he's like, and those 4 broads.
No, he's like, no, like anybody over 80.
Yeah.
Because then she's like, that'll never happen. I don't care. That's cool. And then all the time, he's fucking 85-year-olds all the time. He's not fucking around.
I haven't seen you in months. Get down here. Good God. But yeah, it's...
Did we just break that scoop right now that Tom Brady loves geriatric pussy?
I don't know that we broke it, but I bet you he broke
Oh,
it. I don't know.
Well, that Hymanson broke for a long time, but yeah, he really
Yes.
crushed it in there. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But we have Barbenheimer. There is a more important crossover movie happening. This is real. They are developing a Transformers G.I. Joe hybrid crossover movie.
I watched Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Oh, fuck off. You did?
Yeah, and not proud of myself. They looked cool.
Yeah.
It was like the worst fucking movie. But
no.
at the end, I know, right? Right?
I know.
And I watched it illegally on my buddy's stick thing.
That's the only way anybody
Whatever
should
the
watch
fuck,
that movie.
right?
Sorry, Hasbro.
And yeah, they're fine.
Yeah. Barbie's taking care of business.
That's Mattel.
Oh, that's Mattel. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, you are. But damn it, what?
I apologize. That's my fault.
Fucking Mattel, mother. Oh, this fucking guy during the movie answers his phone and takes a call.
Yeah, and did I not explain to you why?
Yes, but still,
Not but
every
still.
single person in that theater has something that has happened in their lives
Yeah.
with their phone, blah, blah, blah. The rules are the rules.
Yeah.
You don't answer your phone. And this guy's like it's like 40 minutes.
All right,
40, he missed like half the movie.
It was
No,
eight-
it was really
it
fast.
was like 8 seconds.
It was so fast. It was so, anyways.
And it was
So at the end of Rise of the Beasts,
Yeah.
G.I. Joe's there. Spoiler alert. No one cares. No one cares. Yeah, Joe.
it
They're like,
Channing?
hey, it's Joe.
Was it
Or
Channing there?
No, I can't
Oh,
remember. I was like too busy trying to kill myself. He's like, it's Joe. And I was like, oh
Joe.
my God, they're crossing over. So the G.I. Joe dudes will be like in the vehicles and shit.
Well, it makes sense, I guess.
There's been like a million Transformer movies, but like 3 G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
And none of them were ever. I'm like, why? Why?
Yeah.
It's neat. I don't know, right? Like,
What the hell? I think that's what we're at right now. Is what the hell?
I think that
Yeah.
after this summer,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to really reassess what the fuck they're doing,
Yeah.
because Mission Impossible nothing made money, nothing.
No.
Apparently, like Indiana Jones was a flop because it only made 800 million. Mission Impossible flopped, everything flopped, but Barbie and apparently Oppenheimer, but not really. We'll see what Oppenheimer does, right? Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Oppenheimer cost like $3 billion.
Yeah, that also
so
cost like a trillion. You know, there was a thing
because
too
they
that-
set off an actual nuke.
Dude, well, no, they said in an article,
Hiroshima got it again.
they signed up for it.
Yeah.
They're like, we're cool. Let's go again. Teach the kids. And you know, like they said that they blew up a real forest or something in the end of it. They were like,
Okay.
no, they didn't say that they blew up a real forest. They said that they didn't use CG at all in the explosion. And I'm like, there is no way in hell they
Yeah.
would allow this movie to explode a gigantic
Yeah.
forest.
No.
It must be a model.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way in hell that they would allow
No.
some gigantic, right? Like, dear Lord.
No. Yeah. You're right. It's definitely got to be a miniature.
Yeah, totally.
Well, it's the only way because you can then scale up the explosion for like a little teeny tiny explosion this big. What can look like a nuke if you do it on.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah.
Oh my God, wait.
Oh, okay, yeah, tell me
Good
all
stories, good stories.
I like it.
Good stories.
I have a
Jazzed up.
story.
Okay, you go first.
No. You go first because you're gonna forget.
Okay, that's right. So I'm
I
at
have one
work. I'm
interesting
at
thing.
work.
Yeah.
And we take the cars on to the car deck. There's
Yes.
4 lanes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the 2 middle lanes.
All right.
You have to count for like trucks and trailers. That's who I get in the middle, right? All these big shit, farm equipment, all this crazy shit. And my one lane has, come in, and I'm taking a truck and trailer.
Mhm.
And I look, you got to look on both sides
Yeah.
to make sure they have clearance. Oh, you got to move this way a little bit because then the trailer's going to come over a bit. It's fucking stressing shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like air traffic controller.
Yeah. Well, maybe not so bad.
Worse.
Oh,
Yeah.
people on the
yeah,
ferry are
yeah.
killing themselves constantly.
You're right. Yeah, I heard that was really bad for suicide, actually.
One of the worst.
Yeah, and because I said to somebody about a dentist, they were like, no, it's actually an air traffic controller.
Yeah.
Which I
Well,
thought was weird.
Well, because they can literally just like if they screw up by a degree in
Oh,
their
like
math
hundreds
or
of
their
lives. You're
whatever,
dead. People are dead. People are dead.
kaboom! And it's
Yeah.
like, well, thanks
Like,
for
what
that.
a stressful. Geez, they should be making mad cash. That
Yeah.
should be on strike.
Yeah.
Fuck
Well,
planes.
well, that's why like I wouldn't accept John Cusack in Pushing Tin. I'm like, nope, he's too laid back.
He's way
he's too chill.
I forgot about that movie.
It'd be like Stephen Wright starring in it. He's like, turn 20 degrees starboard.
Oh, he's
Like,
stressing. He just doesn't show it.
yeah,
That's how he stresses out
yeah.
with the sloth
Best role,
speed.
best role he was ever cast for was the Met Emoji's father in Emoji Movie.
What a film. Wow. Emojis get so popular, they got their own movie.
So many goddamn stars were in
There's
that
tons
movie.
in there.
I was like, I was like, but that's the thing about animation. If you get a good studio behind it, you'll get anybody because like, hey, you want to come in for 30 minutes and make like,
You know what?
$250,000?
I went so hard for the poop emoji. They gave me thumbs up. I'm not happy, but it's cool. It's work.
And
I really
and
went
you lost
for
it to
it.
Patrick Stewart.
Exactly. What the hell made that poop? Oh, was he the poop emoji? Oh my god.
Like everybody was
Patrick
somebody.
Stewart is the- but it's kind of funny actually.
It's very funny.
Anyway, there's so the car and the trailer are coming in, and I look to the left of the car. I'm like, everything's cool.
Yeah.
I go over to the right hand side. I hear a huge crash
Yeah.
and like a scream, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, holy shit. So I run over, and the lady in the truck in this lane saw the truck go by,
Yeah.
opens her car door, and then the trailer just almost rips the door right off the hinges, dude. The door was like, the door is the back of a truck. So it kind of, it was this way, and it
Yeah.
just caught it and ripped it all the way. Dude, we had to take the door and like pull it off the thing, and then again, it's like not fitting. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like,
It doesn't go back
Oh
the
my
way
God.
it came in.
and so Buddy just like boots it. He just like kicks the thing and it clicks. And he was like, oh, it's cool, it's cool. And I was like, oh my God, it was the first time ever that I've ever had anything happen in one of my lanes.
Yeah.
And it was mortifying.
Yeah. No. I
And
couldn't-
then on that same day, that was a Monday, little girl
Mondays, am I right?
girl falls down the stairs. And then for 3 days after that, a different little girl fell down the stairs every fucking day. These parents are the parents of the one girl literally were like, she started walking 2 days ago. And they just let her go down the stairs alone.
Yeah.
And she, oh my God, the poor girl. She smoked her face.
Yeah.
And the dad was like, get away from me. Like, get away from me. And I was like, why? Because you're a terrible parent? Like, why? Like, people are trying to now take a look at this child to see whether, and,
That sounds like a guy who pushed his daughter down the stairs.
right. Yeah.
She was probably like, I want pizza for dinner. And he's like, nudge. And just touching him.
Right?
He was like, oh
And
no.
it was like,
no.
and they said that she had you, and I, when I got there
Yeah.
and I saw the scene, there was a bunch of us there. I was like, I don't need to be here. I don't want to see this. I was like, I'm not into this at all. And then what they had said was that
I'm glad you weren't into it.
the one, her nose was huge.
Yeah.
And we have a dude on there, Roger, amazing. He lives on the island.
Give it up for
But he's
Roger.
a doctor. He's
Dr.
my boyfriend.
Roger.
He's my fucking boyfriend.
Yeah.
And he was like, her nose should be gushing blood. He's like, somebody has to take something and go up in there and make it bleed because there's like a
Yeah.
whatever the shit. And I was like, oh my God, like, but her face like totally fucked. Like I was like, oh my God, this poor girl. Oh my God. Like,
That's awful.
so in 1 week, and it was hot as balls, and it was like
Yeah.
people are falling down the stairs and freaking out, and like they're so dumb.
It's the only way to actually like not think about how hot it is to fall down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, it helps actually. It really helps because then you're too busy worrying about your face.
Yeah. We had a storm here last Thursday.
Oh fuck yeah.
And it was so hard. It legitimately felt the windows. So my windows are 4 feet in from the balcony. And it was like people were just constantly throwing giant buckets at the windows. Like it was just going splash, splash, to the point where the water was forcing itself in underneath my sliding
Yep.
glass thing. And my whole carpet was all
Oh,
wet.
fuck.
It was just like,
You should have seen it on the lake.
I can't imagine.
We were there, dude. Leamington just had last night like crazy. It was like 70, 80 mile winds.
Yeah.
But it's been happening, more recently. We were in a crazy squall. Crazy. It was hailing. It hit one of our it hit Jessica in the back of the leg and she was bleeding. Dude, it was the biggest hail I've ever seen.
I saw somebody.
Like that or something? Yeah, somewhere in there.
Oh, I saw somebody they picked up. It was like on the Weather Network or something like that. They always, whenever there's a hailstorm, they always give a picture.
Yeah, you gotta pick
And the guy picked one up. It was probably the size of like an old Indian rubber ball,
Right.
but it looked exactly like a star fragment from the Legend of
Oh my
Zelda.
God. I just found one the other day.
Nice. I always find them like when I'm I'm doing the jump.
Yeah,
wing
and then
goes
one
down
flies.
past
Yep,
me.
that's exactly what happened. I was
It's-
like, well, I'm not doing
you
this
know,
now. I'm going
it-
after this thing.
And I'm telling you right now, it knows when you're doing something, and it's like I'm going to distract him with a shiny.
Yep.
And then it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
because like I watch my wife do it every time. She's like, I'm going to fly over there and do this, and she's like, our star's falling. I'm like, you have 30 of those, and you don't use them. Like, don't.
They're going to come in handy at some point.
They're not.
They are.
They're absolutely.
Something's going to happen.
No. No.
I've been kicking ass.
The game's canceled. I haven't played
It's
it in
amazing.
a week.
Oh my God. You should like quit your life and
All right,
play.
I'm on my way.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I actually did a stream the other day. It was last Friday. It was Friday, I guess. When I played all NES games that were based on movies. So I played Friday the 13th, the game,
Oh
Goonies,
God.
Die Hard,
Oh.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh my God.
The Addams Family.
On your thing?
I have an emulator on the computer.
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did that
I was
here.
like, what the hell? I forgot about those games because they're
Yeah.
like trash.
And there
terrible.
were so many, and Back to the Future, which was literally, like, it's definitely a port of a skateboarding game, and they just removed the skateboard. None of the game has anything to do with the plot of the movie. It's like you're heading.
That's
to
the
this
one I was
buil-
thinking. What's the name of it? It's the skateboard movie.
It's just no, it's Back to the Future.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's literally just back to like it's like you gotta go see Doc, and then it's you running on the street, and then there's like a hula hooping girl, and you gotta dodge her, and then there's like a grease spot, and
I
he's
think
like,
I
oh,
remember
you gotta
that.
dodge that,
Yep.
you gotta jump over this, and then birds are trying to get you, and then you get there,
Goddamn
and then
birds.
it's like okay, and then it's like you're this far down the street now, and then you do it again, and then it's like now you're this far down the street, and then you finally get to the diner. You're like now you're at Lou's Diner. I'm like oh now we're gonna get into something
We're
different.
getting into it here.
And then literally it was just you had to do one thing, and I didn't know. I thought I was watching like a cutscene, and I didn't do it, and then it was just game over. And then it was like, well, looks like you're stuck here, Marty. Like you're stuck, and then that was it. And then that was like, oh,
You're smarty.
and then it would just start over again. So I was like, fuck this, and I shut it up. But
As did
yeah.
everyone. Imagine buying a game back in the day and like it
God.
blows. You're like, this game fucking sucks
well, you'd be
ass.
so excited about it because you're like, oh, it's based on the movie. But almost every single one of those games was based on a game that either wasn't going to be released or was released in another country, and then they just did a quick like half-ass
Oh,
port.
like a fucking yeah. I have
Well-
a PS5 that I'm not even playing.
God.
Like, does anybody want one?
I'll
Like,
take-
all
I'll
I
take
play
it.
is Nintendo. All I play is Breath of the Wild. I tried to play Mario Kart. They have new DLC.
Yeah.
I got through playing the levels once, and then I was just like, hey, it was like, I was like, I can't. Like, I got a nosebleed. I was like, I have to play Zelda. I can't.
Sure.
All I'm doing is fucking around.
Yeah.
But
That's great.
I'm sure that I do. Everybody that's listening right now,
Yeah.
Griffrow. Hope
whoa.
you're still there.
That's a.
Girl, that's my girl. That's my home girl.
I hope it's a girl.
I don't give a fuck. Either way.
I don't care if you got a
Do,
cloaca.
do,
up
do you
in
have
there.
genitals where they should be? Good enough for me. No,
You-
whatever. That's
you
cool
don't?
too. You
Yeah.
can tell by my voice. I'm not really.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
Get just enough hearts
Yeah.
to do all of the
That's.
all of the temples.
Yeah.
Get their avatars with you. It's amazing.
Yeah.
There's so many things that like I've encountered where I'm like, I need one of them to be here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, so get them all and then do the whole game. Because
Yeah.
dude, I fight guys, I send buddy. Boom.
Oh, it makes it so much. Easier.
Oh my god, I hit Chicky. I'm like, yo, fire it up, girl. And she and the thing comes out.
Yeah.
And then I go, yo, bro. And then I get ready, and then you can do two at the same time.
Yeah.
So I shoot them in a group of them, and then they come running and fucking hit them with lightning balls. I'm like, yeah.
I wish there was a better way to request their powers because like you use
Yes.
the A button for everything.
Yes.
And so you're running around and all of a sudden I'm covered in water and there's lightning everywhere and then I'm like, "Oh, there's the thing I need to get." Oh, I blew away cuz I accidentally asked that girl to blow a gust of wind. And I'm just
The
like,
kid,
"Fuck."
the bird.
Yeah, yeah.
That is yes.
Yeah.
I take them off. I
Yeah.
get rid of them.
See-
you can get rid of them.
Yeah, I know. But like to me, it should have just been like a combo thing. Like you should have to do like the trigger.
ZLA,
and,
like when
it's
you
just
want to talk to
anything.
somebody on the horse or something.
Yeah,
because dude, no, you go to pick up. I'm like, hey, there's a mushroom, and then boom, I've activated. What's her name? And I'm like, fuck, like,
Yeah, every
and
time.
I gotta walk around find her because she won't come near me anymore now. And
Especially-
then
yeah.
press A to cancel.
That happened whenever I'm fighting them, like because you know how you can like fight the bosses again in the depths, right?
Can you? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like all the time. I'm like, hey, can you come over here? Oh, you're 500 feet away. Cool. you're just the thing I need to beat this boss.
I don't know why, But today,
Yeah.
the meter started bothering me.
Really?
It's like right there. It's like
Yeah.
right in the middle of the screen, right above like his head.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't that be? I guess it tells you, you'll know definitely. But today, I don't know if it will be tomorrow. But today, I was like, what the fuck? This thing's bothering me all of a sudden.
I'm very
Like,
sorry.
why is it
to go through
here?
that.
Because I got like 3 wheels now, and I'm like, the fucking thing's right in my face. Like,
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. Did they update
maybe it was
something?
just a day today.
Maybe.
Breath of the Wild Game of the Year.
Breath of yeah, yeah.
Oh, so
without
we were
question.
both totally wrong. Barbie's gonna win.
Oh, by a lot.
Mission Impossible shit the bed. Fucking Spider-Man did well.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
it's-
didn't shit the bed.
No,
but he
it's
didn't even
not.
he didn't make the bed after he got out of it.
No, he peed the bed.
Yeah,
No,
Barbie
it did,
crushed.
yeah, it did
like,
fine, but Barbie is.
we
Gonna
were
be the-
both totally
yeah.
wrong. We both owe each other $8 million now. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Well, here we'll just here.
Thanks.
Thank-
Here.
Thank you.
There you are. See, it's probably better that we lost. Fucking right. Now nobody's bragging and shit.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking Barbie.
I
is
don't think
fucking
I would have had
Barbenheimer.
the energy to care enough to brag and just be like you'd probably and you're good, you know, if you're wrong about something, you're good enough to
Oh, I
admit it,
know,
and
yeah,
you'd just be like, oh, I was wrong about it, whatever,
Totally fucking
and
wrong.
I'd just be like, well, so did it did better then? Okay, great, cool. So some other news. I just reviewed Only Murders in the Building. You can check that review out on cgmagonline.com. But it was a lot of fun. This season sports Paul Rudd and Meryl goddamn Streep.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So like, yeah, they're not fucking around in this season.
Paul Rudd is everywhere. You know why? Because
Yeah.
he's such a good improver.
and
He's
just
super funny.
and in this one, he's really good because he's not playing
Is he the
a
murderer?
specific
Is he the
thing.
murdered?
The very last episode of season 2, he's on stage. So basically, like, Martin Short is directing a play, and he gets on stage and he collapses. And you see him throughout the season. I'm not going to say in what circumstances or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
but you get a lot of different things out of him because you get the good, like he's a movie star who's on Broadway now, and it's like it's
That's who he's playing.
And he's playing, and so he's now like you get these moments where he's really like self-conscious about like his acting,
Right.
and because he was this guy he was in this movie called Cobra where he was a cop who like would turn into a cobra. And then he was the star, and he made his name on a 90s TV show called Girl Cop.
Girl cop.
And it's like, but like you get to see him acting in those roles. You get to see him as kind of the jerky guy, like jerky movie star. You get to see him like he plays like 30 characters as one character in it, and it's so good. And Meryl Streep is just like, oh, I have to act, and then just like emanates, and then you're just like, oh.
Is every season a different murder? Are there multiple
Yep.
murders? Is it the same murder?
It's a different murder every
Why
time.
would anybody live in this building?
Right?
What the fuck? Like,
Well, and that was actually my favorite thing, and that's what happens because he collapses and it's this thing, and then the first comment they make is like, "Oh, finally you keep a murder out of our building." Right?
right? Like,
And then
I gotta say, I love those two so much. Steve Martin's my favorite comedian of all time. I gotta watch
yeah.
the fucking show.
Those
Martin
two-
Short's amazing.
Martin Short is very funny, and he's like the funniest one in it,
Of
but
course
he's
he is.
also the best actor, and he's got moments in that thing where you're just like,
Martin Short is
Oh.
amazing.
he is.
You bring him to a party, man. Party's done.
Yeah, it is over.
Like you put him on a talk show, because he's so funny and he's so fucking old. He knows it all. He's like it's
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's so good. And big props to Selena Gomez. She's really good at it.
Right, good for her.
And she's like,
Why Selena? That's so strange that they added Selena Gomez.
they just needed it. They wanted a young, hip girl
Right.
to be the New Yorker,
Right,
kinda
to
like that.
be to kind of bridge the gaps, and only
Yeah.
old people are watching the fucking thing.
Yeah, like Steve Martin co-created the show, right? So, like, and it's funny because he very much does not like make himself the star. Like, they're all kind of equal stars, but like he doesn't give himself so much of the limelight. You know what I mean? And it's so well done.
I think that Martin Short is funnier than Steve Martin is now.
Yeah,
Totally.
but I think Martin Short has always been a funnier performer.
Right.
Because like Steve Martin had a style and people
Yes.
liked his
and
style.
his movies were funny.
Yeah, Steve
But-
Martin is an
but
infinitely better
If you,
writer.
right. If you get, yes, but if you get them, yeah, like pound for pound, though, I think
Yeah.
probably Martin, oh my God, my sinus is just
Yeah.
like, look at all everybody knows is.
Yeah, well, because when you do this nonstop
like,
for a couple
oh.
straight minutes on video, yeah, that's gonna happen.
I never had a sinuses like like allergies or whatever before, but now like oh my God, man, like
Yeah. Well, and
I'm
everybody's got some
Oh,
allergies here in the
we
house.
got some
too, so we
AIDS.
got the AIDS, son. And then so other moves news too. I guess they announced that Donald Glover is not only going to be starring in the Lando
Oh,
series for Disney Plus, he's writing it.
oh,
So not a lot of news about that because obviously he can't do anything with that right now because he's a Writers Guild guy, so he can't do that. And he obviously can't act in it right now because of the strike. So there's a big long kind of pause, but that announcement
isn't
has
there
been made.
anybody gonna scab?
People are scabbing, but it's not a great
Like
idea.
when is like the Carrot Top Tara Reid? They're gonna take over the
Oh,
box
God.
office.
Chairman
oh
of the
my
board,
God,
too.
yeah. Oh my God, we're gonna get something amazing.
God.
There should be the scabbers that come
Yeah.
out and put movies out anyways, but
No.
just for okay. So what are the movies gonna go dead? Do they have enough to last? Like, what is the deal here?
Yeah. Well, the good news is any movie that's been shot is dealt with, right? So they can do post production, they can do all that. There's a lot of movies that are in a hold right now because they were
Like
making
right in the
the
middle.
movie.
Oh my God, like Mission Impossible 8.
Yeah.
Oh my God, first they had Sova, now they have like the strike. This movie is just like they're not fucking. They're not doing so hot.
Yeah, he's gonna die in that movie for real. Like,
Oh, that's what he wants.
yeah, I know.
Clearly, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah. And he had a thing because he was talking about doing a stunt. I was watching an interview with him. He was talking about doing these like big stunts in the movie, and he's like, "Of course, we think about how it's gonna enhance the story and all this." And he's like, "Plus, I like doing them." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, we know, Tom.
Yeah, we get
We
it.
know." I liked
get it.
who did they ask? I was watching like one of those. It was there's an interview thing that one of the magazines does, and it's Google autocomplete. So basically, this one happened to be Robert Downey Jr. With Christopher Nolan, and it was just the two of them, and then they were holding a thing, and it would say, "Does Robert Downey Jr. blank?" And then he uncovers the blank, and it says, "Do his own stunts," and he's like, "I try really, really hard." He's like, "I work out and I do all this, and I try very hard to do less and less stunts every year." And then he was, somebody asked the question. It was like, has Christopher Nolan, and it was directed a Marvel movie or an Avengers movie or something. And he's like, "What would it be like if I did an Avengers movie?" And he's like, "Well, I worked with you now, Robert." So he's like, "You'd probably be in it more." And he's like, "Wasn't I?" Like just like he just really playing it up, right? I was just like, "God,
I like
damn
Robert
it,
Downey
you
Jr..
charming
Yeah,
bastard."
exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I will say it was an interesting comment. For a friend of mine went and saw Oppenheimer and he enjoyed it, but he said for his money he's never heard sound design like that. And I was just like, it was such an interesting comment. For like, I was just like, he was
You
like,
can tell in the preview for Oppenheimer
Yeah.
that it's
yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
that's gonna win like the Oscar. For
absolutely
sound.
it's going to.
gonna
I
win.
dude, but just by the preview, I tell you right
Yeah.
now, you can tell that it's got like Geiger's going Geiger. I'm like, oh
everything.
fuck,
It's everything. But
when's the Geiger rap coming out? Like when's like what's the
Ooh.
song for Oppenheimer?
I don't know. There's
Ice Spice is gonna do the, and Nicki Minaj dropping
Oh my God.
bombs.
That'd be amazing.
I think they did the Barbie one. I don't even know who the fuck Ice Spice is. I was like, who the fuck is
Oh,
this?
I
chick?
just assume you made up a name.
No, that is actually some new rapper chick.
That's great.
Might be a dude. I don't know.
I saw the most compelling thing today. I was on TikTok, and it was Lizzo standing in the circular door of Bag End on a recorder playing. And
Fuck yeah.
and she was just looking, and she was wearing these big green overalls, and I was just looking, and I was just staring at her, and I'm like, Lizzo, like you and I are
I'm
becoming
totally.
one.
Yep. I'm due to watch them again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
I
have
totally
to.
do.
I,
Yeah.
I try to watch them like. I would say like 3 times in a 2-year period.
When's the
I
next
watch.
season of that fucking thing coming out?
It's gonna be a while.
What the fuck? Oh, because goddamn. Way to go,
Remember?
Strike. Way to go. You're
Remember?
gonna get Lord of the Rings.
Just take the actual books and just like pull pages out of the books. They're literally
Sell
just
them.
standing there in their costumes reading it, and they're just.
Let's do Indiana Jones style, and that old one where we would be in the. That's why I love that in that movie too.
Yeah.
When he's like talking to his class and he's like slapping the
Yeah.
the pieces. What is that fucking thing called?
Overhead. The overhead.
Overhead projector.
Yeah.
And he's like, this one here. I'm like, yeah, overhead projector, man.
Yeah, we're finally catching up to our age
Right?
in the 60s.
Okay, I'm done. I'm
All
ready.
right. We are going to wrap that up here. We had lots of fun, but we've got some more recording to do. Next week, going to be a movie, I promise. And you'll see what it is. So yeah, there will be some confusion in terms of you'll have some episodes with video, and then you'll have some episodes that are just audio, and then some just video. And,
Yeah, because confusing times. Confusing times.
well,
yeah.
no, it's just I don't want people now that we're back here. I don't want people thinking it's like, oh, they just can't make up their mind. They just keep going back. No, we're not going back and forth. We just recorded a bunch of episodes, and we got some kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So until next week, as always, you're watching on YouTube because you can see our beautiful faces again. Make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe. Something we are going to start doing. I was going to do it today, but I didn't set it up. Apparently, we are going to be streaming again,
Ooh.
and just doing these live again because that was fun.
Yeah, live rules.
And because then we can interact with some people when we're doing these like mini episodes and things like that. And now I've got it set up so we can multi-stream, so we can actually be streaming simultaneously to Twitch and YouTube and Kick.
They mean like multiverse.
Well, maybe I don't have any like Kick might take place in
Yeah,
another plane.
they might cross over too. Yeah,
but-
that would be cool.
But yeah, so if you are at any of those, I will drop the links down below so you know where to follow us on each. Yeah, so probably more over there. And you'll know how to follow us and stuff like that. So then you can catch these things as they're live. But until then, bye.
Bye.